Welcome to D Out, where you find out what to drink when you're not drinking. I'm DJ, and today we're going to review the Bravus Brewing Company Oatmeal Stout. They are out of Anaheim, California, established in 2015. And I have a 6-category review criteria, starting out with aromatics. Out of scale of 1 to 5 on aromatics, I'm going to rate this particular beer a 3. It's got a really nice malty character to it, but there's a little bit of an undercurrent of sort of a stewed canned peas quality, which I've had in other non-alcoholic beers. In the mouth, I rate that a 4 out of 5. Actually has a surprisingly convincing amount of palate weight to it. The first sip, when you get it in your mouth, for me anyway, is really satisfying. Very rich mouthfeel to it. Obviously the carbonation helps with all of these non-alcoholic beers to sort of give a creaminess and richness to the palate. So it's just really impressive in the mouth. For flavor, I really like this. I'm going to rate this an 8 out of 10 for flavor. It's not sweet at all, but it definitely has a mocha quality to it and sort of an oaty-ness to it, if that's a word. Going into complexity, I'm going to rate it a 7 out of 10 as well. I feel like it's relatively complex. The intro to the palate's a little flat, but once it gets in, it's very rich and lush. Wow. Fairly convincing, actually. For finish, I'm going to rate this a 7 out of 10. It actually does have a finish, which often these non-alcoholic beers don't. They sort of stop short. And this one keeps going and lingers. And it's a very pleasant finish. Very malty, rich finish. It's very consistent. The last category I like to call convincibility. I'm going to rate this a 7 out of 10 as well, which is a pretty high score. And of course, convincibility is just what it sounds like. Are you convinced that this is a quote-unquote real beer? I'm going to say not quite, but pretty close, actually, pretty close. This is one of the best non-alcoholic beers I've tried, and the total quality score out of 50 gets a 36, which is quite high. The price point is $8.99 a 4-pack. I bought this at my local Beverages and More, and that translates to about 19 cents an ounce, which is pretty much the standard rate for non-alcoholic sort of microbrew type products, priced very similar to an alcoholic beer of the same caliber in the sense of it being a small production, sort of a microbrew type of product. Big fan of this beer. So 2 adjectives and 2 nouns to describe it. For adjectives, I'm going to go with balanced and malty. And for nouns, I'm going to go for canned peas, which is really the only thing that I've dinged this for in the aromatics, which is something you might not even notice, or it might be a pleasant aroma to you, but something that I found a little bit off-putting apart from everything else, which I thought was really great. And the second noun is coffee, which I didn't talk a whole lot about, but there's definitely lots of coffee in this beer. Yeah, very nice, very satisfying, very rich. Hopefully you'll find it out there and you'll enjoy it as much as I did. And I hope you enjoyed this review as well. If you did, please hit the subscribe button and leave a positive review of your own. Thank you, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.